I'm Sam Newman, this is Bump and Run, and the Vikings may never lose. They're 4-0, which might not seem like anything to write home about to the football elite, but here in God's country, we're feeling pretty darn good. Things couldn't be going much better for the people of Minnesota. It's the best defense we've seen in decades, the offense still hasn't turned the ball over, and we have at least a few more weeks before the entire state is covered in snow and ice. It is the best of times, so throw a party, throw back a few grain belts, bust out that special tater tot hot dish, try out to be the team's kicker. Seriously, do it. Of course there's a catch. Despite all the success, a thorn in our side has been the up and down, gut-wrenching roller coaster performance of Blair Walsh. He hits, he misses, he hits, he misses, he misses, he misses. The young man has the yips. It's clear the Seattle miss rattled his psyche. But let's not forget, his first few years in the league, he was one of the best kickers in the NFL. I say give him time and he'll work it out. But in the interim, we can't allow him to derail this magical season, which very well may happen given the chance. So, simple answer. Don't attempt another field goal or extra point all year. Go for two. Punt a lot. Play the field position game thing. Anything to avoid the cardiac arrest that is a Blair Walsh kick. Just go for it on fourth down every time for a few weeks and then reevaluate. Sure, it may turn out to be a terrible decision, but at least there won't be any field goal misses in that time frame. Or extra point misses. Well, luckily the kicking woes haven't had an impact on the outcome so far this season, and they certainly did Monday. The Vikings beat the Giants 24-10, and we saw some familiar themes. The most impressive part was the defense again shutting down a top-flight receiver, this time holding Odell Beckham and his pacifier to a career-low 23 yards. Now, like any petulant child, Beckham gets ornery when things don't go his way. And did he ever in this one? He threw at least one temper tantrum in the first half, which resulted in an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which he then complained about after the game. And a full day later, OBJ continued to whine, telling ESPN New York he's not having fun anymore. Odell, I know this must be very hard for you. I'm sorry. Beckham also bitched about the coaches not listening to his suggestions for the offense, and as ridiculous as that sounds, it's not a new thing. Receivers have been divas since the dawn of time, and this is just another example of a loud, flashy, coddled young man lashing out in public. The real story here is what Mike Zimmer's defense is doing to the league. I mean, we knew it was good, but now it's taking the fun out of football? He's beating offenses so badly that a 23-year-old star receiver is losing his will to play the game. What'll he do next? Make DeAndre Hopkins switch to baseball? Make Bill O'Brien go back to Penn State? All I'm saying is I wish Peyton Manning was still playing because I feel like Mike Zimmer could make him stop doing commercials. So, to recap, the Vikings steamrolled the Giants, took the fun out of football, and covered the spread. We're going to move on to Houston in a minute. But first, last week, Bump and Run picked Cordero Patterson to be the somewhat random player who'd score a touchdown. Now, he didn't find the end zone, but not for lack of trying. He saw more snaps in a game than he has in almost 2 seasons, and he had more catches than he did all of last year. Coincidence? No! Clearly Norv Turner watches the show. Norv, thank you for watching, and thank you for getting Patterson involved. Now, since I have your audience, a couple of things. Number 1, keep chucking it deep. I know this is what you've wanted to do all along, and now you have a quarterback who can do it. Calm down, calm down. We all love Teddy. I love Teddy. It's not that I don't love him. I do. I just need to see other people for a little while. Keep letting it fly. Number 2, take as long as you want with Laquan Treadwell. It is a blessing to be able to bring a rookie along slowly, and there's no reason to rush it if the team's winning. Don't listen to the people who tell you otherwise. They probably just drafted him in fantasy. Heck, have him ride the pine all year. Keep throwing it to Johnson. Maybe don't do that. Number 3, keep starting Jeremiah Searles. He's looked great in the last 2 games, and it's not like anyone in front of him has really locked down a starting job. The next time Andre Smith moves forward on a play, we'll be the first. Maybe Andre sits for a little while. With a shirt on. Okay, so we were wrong on Patterson scoring a touchdown, but we did get him more touches, clearly changing the game here. This week we bestow our blessing upon Adam Thielen, the reliable, gritty, coachable, hard-nosed overachiever who's been very productive this season, but he's yet to see the end zone. Mankato will smile when he hits pay dirt this weekend, and so will Bump and Run, because we're kind of trying to dig out of this 0-1 hole. On our game picks, however, we are currently perfect. Win, win. And guess what we got coming up again this weekend? Yeah, another W. Osweiler, absence of Watts, douchey linebacker from USC. Sounds like a recipe for 21-9 Vikes. Not sure how they're going to get to 21 without field goals or extra points, but that is not my problem. That is going to do it for us this week. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, go Vikes.